10 reasons why you need to keep a prepper notebook. Really quickly guys, before we go further, make sure to like and subscribe. The first reason is so that you can keep all your important emergency preparedness information at one location. Next is so that you can keep a list of all your emergency contacts as well as important locations. This could be shelter locations, pharmacies you might want to take antibiotics from, and distribution warehouses. The third thing you can keep on it is a last-minute checklist that you can look over when evacuating your home. Here's an example of what a pre-evacuation checklist would have on it. So some things you might have written on your emergency checklist would be things like your bug out bag, gas mask, copies of important documents, emergency cash, other things like that, just so you don't forget. Maybe you have a written note on it reminding you that if you're evacuating, you need to grab your tent and your emergency stove from your garage. This way, if something happens, you can quickly read over your list and check if you have everything you need for evacuation before you leave in a panic. The fourth note you'll have in your prepper notebook is coordinates for where you buried your emergency supply stash. I did a video on this before, but the idea is that you bury an emergency supply stash somewhere so you can go to it after a disaster to get some extra supplies. Put down various routes that you can take to get to your predetermined bug out location. Write down information about common plants that can be foraged in your area. Write down various radio frequencies you plan to use after a disaster. Write down recipes for stuff that you're going to be cooking or baking, because you won't be able to go online and look at recipes. Medical information for all your family members, like allergies, any medical conditions they have, or meds that they take. List all of your bank account numbers, credit card numbers, and identification numbers. And lastly, I suggest getting a high quality notebook and putting it in a waterproof bag. Alright guys, that's it for the video. I have a question for you guys. Is a prepper notebook a new idea to you, or do you already have one? Let me know.